to, a place we've always meant to be from. Where the memories we cling to, not faded in the review of time. Where the mountains are the meaning of the lives leading on high. And the calling of a solitude is born within the endless views we find. Simple songs of the sand ones,
I'll take them with me.
even when my time is done.
Hold them in me.
I was always meant to be from here, but the winds they sometimes steered me clear away. With the roads of life that twisted through the long and winding vestige within. The longer that I lingered, the more the wise dilemmas disappeared. And I found the word belonging to mean more than the longing ever did. Some songs of the sand ones,
Take them with me.
even when my time is done.
Hold them in me.
Some songs of the sand ones,
Buried in me.
they too could pass beyond.
To another me.
And so I will sing their songs. And so they will carry on in me.
To another me.
And so I will sing their songs. And so they will carry on.
Good afternoon. I'm USDA Forest Service Chief Vicki Christensen, and I'd like to welcome everyone to this tree lighting event. I'd also like to acknowledge Senator Roberts from Kansas is joining us virtually today. And we're here to kick off the holiday season by celebrating a really epic journey. Each year, a different national forest brings an enormous Christmas tree to the nation's capital. We know it as the Capitol Christmas tree, or the People's Tree, because it decorates the grounds of the United States Capitol. This year, the tree comes to us from Colorado. It's a beautiful Engelmann spruce from the Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre, and Gunnison National Forests. And I have the opportunity to welcome the entire team that delivered the tree to the Capitol, and it really is truly spectacular. This tradition began in 1964 when the Speaker of the House planted a live Christmas tree on the Capitol lawn. Well, you know what happened? It died. So the Capitol architect asked the USDA Forest Service to deliver a Christmas tree in 1970. So since then, for the past 50 years, the Forest Service has delivered the Capitol Christmas tree each year, along with smaller companion trees, to to decorate the offices here in Washington, D.C. And the tree that our secretary will light is one of those very spectacular companion trees. So partners work across the entire state to deliver the tree that came across all of Colorado and the rest of the U.S., and it draws people from all communities that come out to see the tree. But even what is more spectacular is all the decorations on every one of these trees were made by the people of Colorado, and they represent the local crafted traditions of that state. So this is not just a Forest Service event, but a collective effort of many months. It involves many different partners and thousands of peoples of all ages and from all walks of life. It often involves a journey of thousands of miles with many different stops and with many different events in the communities with celebrations along the way. It all leads up to the lighting of the Capitol Christmas tree tonight with the Speaker of the House and other distinguished guests in attendance. And for the rest of this month, Americans who come to Washington, D.C. will be able to enjoy a Christmas tree that belongs to them all, to everyone in the nation. So on behalf of the entire Forest Service, thanks to all the folks who worked so hard to bring us the tree this year. So now I'd like to introduce our Forest Supervisor, Chad Stewart from the Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre, and Gunnison National Forests. Take it away, Chad.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. This year's Capitol Christmas tree, companion trees, ornaments, and tree skirts were provided by Coloradoans. This tree was harvested almost a month ago in a ceremony on the Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre, and Gunnison National Forest, otherwise known as a G-Mug. This 82-year-old England spruce is 55 feet tall and 25 feet wide. After the tree was harvested, it was placed on a trailer, secured, packed, and made ready for a 2-week tour across Colorado and the country. During this Colorado cross-country tour, the tree motorcade comprised of local, state, Forest Service law enforcement officers, as well as employees, sponsors, and partners who were greeted with patriotism, happiness, and gratitude. The motorcade drove through communities and parked in a designated area, which allowed citizens to drive by and see the tree from their vehicles. It also made special appearances at schools, veterans hospitals, and children's hospitals in Colorado, plus one final stop in Asheville, North Carolina. At each stop, people were able to peek in the plexiglass windows that were installed in the front of the trailer. They got to see the crown of the tree, as well as sampling of the 9,000 ornaments that reflect all things Colorado, which is the state flag, wildlife, outdoor recreation, wildflowers, and much more. People took pictures in front of the truck and trailer, chatted with the tree team, and signed the banner. They also signed stickers, which were later affixed to the banner during the journey. The tree was delivered last week to the Capitol. It was unloaded, set up, strung with LED lights, and adorned with 3,000 of those handmade ornaments. This evening, the Speaker of the House, plus distinguished guests, will light the tree. This lighting serves as a unifier, an opportunity to come together and reflect on what we are truly thankful for. Over the past year, we faced many challenges, and through it all, this year's team responsible for the Capitol Christmas tree has persevered. I'm very proud of the team who worked through all kinds of challenges while grounding themselves in the USDA Forest Service core values of service, conservation, interdependence, diversity, and safety. The Capitol Christmas tree provides 3 opportunities for the USDA Forest Service. First, an opportunity to showcase Western Colorado, the G-Mug, and the goods and services forests provide on a national stage. Forests are integral to our communities, and the G-Mug provides all the abundance of social, economic, and environmental benefits to all. Second, sharing stewardship of our nation's public lands. This opened the door for us to create new partnerships as well as deepen existing partnerships that we've had. The G-Mug is passionate about our partnerships, and I believe our future is dependent upon these relationships for delivering our mission. This year, we had the privilege and honor of working with several local and national sponsors and partners. To all of you that helped, thank you, and especially to our official partners, Choose Outdoors and Colorado State Tourism Office. Thank you for your time, dedication, and contributions to the USDA Forest Service this year. Finally, the tree, companion trees, ornaments, tree skirts, tour, and tree lightings represent a 1.5-year effort of work, plus a 3,600-mile-long journey from the Colorado to the Capitol. This gift from Colorado to our nation is a symbol of joy, unity, and hope. Thank you, and Merry Christmas from Colorado.
Thank you, Chad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce our USDA Secretary, Sonny Perdue.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Chad, as well, and to the people of Colorado, thank you and congratulations being chosen for the 50th anniversary of our nation's Christmas tree. And good afternoon, everyone. We're doing things a little differently this year, obviously, as you may know, as we've had to do a lot in 2020, but the good news is Christmas will go on, and we're going to light our Christmas tree as we have in the past. And I just told this afternoon, Santa will make an appearance this Christmas, so I know we're all delighted about that. So I'm thankful for those of you who've gathered around in the mezzanine there to view this lighting, and for those of you who are virtually with us online. So I'm proud to work with all of you in preserving America's national forests and grasslands. And I just want to tell you, Chief, you and your team are doing a great job leading our USDA Forest Service there. Chad, as we said, congratulations to the Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre, and Gunnison National Forest for being chosen to provide the national Christmas tree in Washington, D.C. And it is absolutely a beautiful Engelmann spruce there. You know, I guess we could say probably honestly 2020 was not exactly what we had planned or had in mind for this year under Secretary Hubbard, but it's we, just like USDA, we roll with the flow, and we're not letting this stop as our people didn't let any of those things happen during the year as far as keeping food on the table for all of our Americans and the world, really. I don't know that I ever imagined we'd have to virtually host the lighting of the Christmas tree, though. But while things have been uncertain, families have been kept from seeing each other. One thing that cannot be impacted by by COVID is that spirit of Christmas, and it is that optimism and joy and hope that we have for the future in the spirit of Christmas. You know, each year we gather in the nation's capital to light the Capitol Christmas tree, better known, as the Chief said, as the People's Tree. The People's Tree traditionally is harvested in early November, as Ms. said, and Chad gave us a great description of it being ceremoniously transported across the country with different people viewing it as it came about. And I guess, I don't know how the selection's made, but it comes from a different national forest each year, and I think it's one of the proud moments of the USDA Forest Service that they were able to provide these trees from over 50 years. You know, for many Americans, Christmas is not the same without putting up a tree and decorating it. I imagine many of your households have only begun. I can assure you with 14 grandchildren, we've seen plenty of that, and a lot of excitement and anxiety and interest in the Christmas tree and all the hope and joy that will come its way. The smell and sights that take us back to our childhoods, even for us old folks, remember that joy of Christmas, and we remember the blessings of family and friendship. One quote I like is President Reagan talked about the importance of the spirit of Christmas. He said, "For more than just a day, Christmas is a state of mind. It's found throughout the year whenever faith overcomes doubt, hope overcomes despair, and love triumphs over hate. It's present when men of any creed bring love and understanding to the hearts of their fellow man, and it's reflected in the brilliant colors, joyful sounds, and beauty of the winter season. May that be true in our lives and our families this year as well, because this year more than ever we need to be reminded of the importance of the true spirit of Christmas." Something enchanted takes place this time of year, and I'm happy to be here to ring in the season with you all, and no one knows Christmas like our kids. So now, in understanding that and recognizing that, we have a special guest today that I'd like to introduce virtually, Alessandra Wilson from Peak to Peak Elementary School in Lafayette, Colorado. Alessandra is in the 4th grade and is the winner of the best essay for the Capitol Christmas tree. You may know that hundreds of essays were submitted by Colorado 4th graders. The governor of Colorado judged Alexandra's as the best essay. So congratulations, Alejandra, and what a great accomplishment. I'm sure your parents are very proud, and we look forward to hearing your essay. So let's bring on Alessandra.
My name is Alessandra Wilson, and I am a fourth grader at Peak to Peak Elementary School. This essay came from the heart because I was so lucky to have the many adventures I had during this pandemic. The title of my essay is Quandary is Home. I am going on a trip to Perdue Canyon. When I got out of the car, I took a deep breath and smelled the fresh pine. No longer was I afraid to breathe. When quarantine hit in March, we could not breathe freely. My world had tipped upside down because schools shut down. No more friends and family, and no smiles underneath masks. While crossing into the forest from Perdue Canyon, I plunged my feet into the cool, deep snow. I saw 2 deer that ran away out of sight from us. A few weeks later, we went up to Breckenridge. We went hiking and saw foxes, moose, and a bear. The foxes were curious about us, but we must run for our lives when we see a moose. We have to make ourselves big and scary when seeing a bear. Even if I could not learn in school, the forest taught me animal defensive traits and how to navigate. Nature allowed me to enjoy family time and Telluride. We camped in the middle of an aspen grove with my abuelita and papa. The forest welcomed us with a bouquet of sweet-smelling columbines, bluebells, and Indian paintbrush. Why are Colorado's forests so important to me? My Colorado forest brought me joy and made me feel free of my surroundings. So, when I am on my favorite hike in Breckenridge, I look at the tall, snow-capped mountain of Quandary, peeking over the treetops, and I know that Quandary is home.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Alessandra. And I wish you were here with us in person to help us the countdown, because your essay makes us appreciate our nation's beautiful national forest lands, as well as the spirit of the Christmas season. But I'm going to ask the people here present with me, and for those of you virtually, you're welcome to help us count down as well. So let's have a countdown to light this tree, beginning with 10. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, light. There you go. Thank you all for joining us virtually and in person, and may God bless all of you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Secretary Perdue, and isn't it a beautiful tree? I want to thank everyone for helping celebrate and bring in the holiday and Christmas season, and for your support of all USDA and what we can contribute to the nation's capital and the people of this country. I'd also like to tell everyone that a good friend and tree farmer, Mr. Chuck Lavelle, yes, the keyboardist for the Rolling Stones, we're working in partnership with many others and Chuck Lavelle in a series called America's Forest with Chuck Lavelle, and he recorded an episode of the journey of this tree from the cutting all the way through Colorado. So the airing of that will be on PBS on December 17th, and check your local listings and have a look for the journey of the tree with Chuck Lavelle. Thank you, everyone. Have a happy holiday.